Hi everyone, welcome to the stream. How are you guys doing? Like always, we'll start with some questions and answers, so if you have some, feel free to ask me now. After that, I will announce the topic for today. And yeah, then we'll start with programming. Yeah, there seem to be quite a few of new people. For the new people, I'm always interested in how you found the live stream or how you found Citybound in general. Okay. Yeah, good question. We might actually get around to implement forced merge today, like where two lanes actually merge. And we can try to implement zipper merging there. And there kind of already are different parameters. Drivers are more or less aggressive. Drive faster, brake later, and so on, and that also has an influence on merging behavior, of course. But I will try to make that more pronounced in the future. Okay, see you then. Maybe I should enable the text. Yeah, this is also something that I want to implement soon, that they switch lanes not only based on exactly where they need to go, but also to make the best use of the available space. Let me open up my window and let me know if it, like, the outside ambience is too loud for you. Hi there. Yeah, I already was so confused, like, when I opened Reddit today. I didn't find half of the buttons, but I kind of like it. Where did I learn programming? I kind of started teaching it myself. I first started with HTML and CSS for web development, and then later on started learning proper actual programming languages. But yeah, most of it I just taught myself. Will there be randomized accidents with influencer traffic? Yeah, that could definitely be possible. I think it's kind of too early for that because there will be no one to use these lanes yet. I guess medians would be possible, but since they're purely yeah, aesthetic, they're not really worth the time implementing now. Of course, all of these will come, but I don't think I will do them soon. And on-street parking is something completely different again because it requires like a whole parking system. And yeah, this won't be a part probably. This won't be a part anytime soon. But it would be nice to eventually have. Hi, Janissary. Pedestrian paths in the near future? I mean, it depends on what you mean with near future. I said that pedestrians will be the first kind of alternative mode of transport after cars, and for them I obviously need pedestrian paths. So yeah, I still plan on that, but I don't know when it will be. Hi Phil. Can you test the old road merging? What do you mean with old road merging? Do you mean when actually lanes manually actually merged, like hold on. You mean when they actually merge like this? Thanks, man. It's nice to have you here. That's awesome. How did you find Citybound, Janissary? I'll announce it like in a couple minutes when kind of everyone arrived, so I won't have to repeat it. Yeah, it really is. Hi, Low Sleepyhead. I really liked your new posts on Reddit. Do you want to make utilities an element of the game or an external system to the map? What? I guess you mean water and energy and so on. I definitely want there to be the opportunity or the possibility to both import everything that you need or have it in your city directly, and kind of have to balance the advantages and disadvantages. Like maybe it would be a lot cheaper to have a power plant in your own city lot, but of course it might bring pollution or whatever. As to the actual distribution of utilities, I think I will go with the same model that SimCity 2013 used, where energy and water and so on are transmitted by roads, but there will also be the possibility to draw manual connections if you need that. But I will try to make it as little monotonous as possible. Props and vegetation. I will probably even do vegetation before props, because vegetation will be like the first thing that looks like terrain before I actually get around to do actual terrain. I definitely want there to be patches of forests and so on. So that will come before I do the whole transition to 3D and height map based terrain. But I guess after I get the core gameplay loop going, and for that what's missing is basically traffic and kind of a land value system. Yeah, and after that I could do vegetation. What's the most stressful thing about developing Citybound? I wouldn't really call anything stressful. I mean, the hardest part is kind of balancing real life and Citybound and kind of making sure that I have enough time to work on it. That's like the most stressful part, but the work itself, like I enjoy almost all of it, and I also enjoy the communication with fans. I would love to have more time for that as well. But there isn't really anything stressful to me. Yeah, hi, thank you. Oh, nice, so quickly. Hi, Vincent. Will telecommunications be a utility in the game given its presence in modern day world? Also something that no other city sim has done is make laying down a power grid, which is a massive backbone to the entire system. Is it possible to make that bit of the game fun? Okay, first about telecommunications, a kind of mechanic that I think would be really interesting is to have internet as a utility, which will of course be costly to have in your city, but will give you many advantages on a very detailed level that have effects on higher levels though. For example, people can suddenly order stuff online and they don't have to drive to a shop to get something, which reduces traffic, for example. Or there might even be something like a Twitter feed of your city where you can kind of follow your citizens and what they're thinking about the city to get a picture of, yeah, what kind of the problems are. And all kinds of interesting ideas are possible if you add internet as a utility. What exactly do you mean by laying down the power grid? Do you mean like actual challenges such as how long a wire can be without requiring a transformator, or like do you mean this level of detail? Because it's kind of hard to imagine this not being tedious. Can you show the carriageways merging system again? What do you mean with carriageways merging system? No, I mean the idea about show don't tell was really, I mean it was more philosophical, but that was really nice and applicable with like your concrete examples. The ideas about how to do budgeting and money more realistic were kind of yeah, they were kind of too complex, I guess, but it would be nice to convey it in a maybe in a simpler way in the game. No, it's actually mini missions are something that I want to be part of the game. It won't be like none of them will be required, but for example, just stuff like some buildings that only unlock at some population states, like you only get a big train station if you have enough tourists coming to your city, something like that. Or something like government subsidies if you switch to renewable energies. All these kinds of things could be mini missions giving you these optional goals that you can kind of pick and choose from. When am I going to do a speed limit system? I don't know. I don't really think it's that important because the cars kind of limit themselves. Like if there's a lot of traffic, they react to that. I guess it only becomes really important when there's first accidents depending on speed, or pollution or noise depending on speed. Then it would be of course nice to have. Yeah, I wouldn't really know how to implement stuff like this being offered by private companies. I mean especially road infrastructure. Internet could be something that is offered by private companies and they only pay you basically for being able to dig up your roads. But yeah, I will have to think about how to do that. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I really want there to be some kind of mod app store even, where it's really easy to find and install mods. And it's like the central mod repository and the official mod repository, so there's never any question where to get mods. It's just directly embedded into the game. And if it turns out that some mods are so popular that basically everyone just uses them, I also really see the possibility of just merging them into the main game. The road bug yet? It kept glitching out. What exactly do you mean with road bug? Also, your last questions, please, before we start. Yeah, this still sometimes happens, but yeah, we'll fix that soon. Okay, so we'll get some water and then I will announce the topic and we can start. Okay, so this whole power grid transformer thing would be almost kind of its own mini game, and I'm not sure how to make that fun or how many people are interested in it. I will think about how it could be made fun. Definitely the 1,000 duck-sized horses. Alright, be right back. Yeah, there will be bus terminals. Alright, so let me announce the topic for today. First we will work on making the merging possible on curved roads. So far I only implemented it for straight road sections. Like you saw in the update video maybe. But I wanted to make it work, of course, on curved road sections as well. I don't even know what it looks like right now. I think it's just very buggy. Like the animation doesn't work properly and there might be some weird glitches. So let's just see what that looks like now, but I already kind of know how to do that. Yeah. I'm not completely sure. Yeah, it just switches over without animation. Okay, but we can implement that in a second. And after that we can, like, I don't know how long this will take us, but probably not very long. After that we can implement traffic behavior on sections like this where the road actually merges and people are forced to merge. Yeah, we can make them be able to deal with that. Okay. Keeping power down to 2 lines. Ah, I see. Yeah, that might be interesting. What do you mean, where can I try this? No, I haven't thought about it. What would be the use case? When you implement pedestrians, will they be procedural generated? Yes. Will modders be able to add new rule sets for procedurally generating people? Yes. Will we be able to extract game data to use in these rule sets to generate different? Yes, that should also be possible. Because game data will be a parameter of what people look like. And of course mods can take even bigger control of that. Oil, I don't know. Okay, let's get started. First we have to make the animation work the merging animation work on curves, and for that we will have to look at the shader that positions the cars in the world, and we only added the merging, our new merging process variable here in the code for a straight road section, and now we will have to add that in the code for a curved road section, which is of course much more complicated because we're moving along a circle. Okay, let me think about how to do that. I will have to imagine like the geometry of this in my head real quick. Hold on. Okay, so center to A. Okay, no, we don't need a variable for that. We need how to call that? With offset. Yeah, with merging. Times merging progress, yeah. This should make sense. Yeah, this is actually something like, can you please, Sleepyhead, can you please post this like in the next Q&A session? But I already plan to do that, but I don't know, just ask again. Okay, in theory this should work already. Let's try. Ah, whoops. Of course we have a syntax error somewhere in our shader. It happens like every time in 6.9. What? Semicolon. Oh, sorry, I forgot to increase the text size. I hope Melon who you can read it now. Like if I forget that and someone of you remembers that I should do that, please remind me to increase the text size so you can even see it on lower resolutions. Oh, do we have syntax errors now? No, we don't. Let's see what it looks like. They're not merging at all. What? Okay, that's strange. I think I have a suspicion on why this happens. What just happened? But let's try. Okay, now they're merging here. We don't want that. We want them to merge on the curve so we can see if the animation works. We have to make the first bit really short. Nope. Doesn't seem to work. Oh, but something is happening. Okay, I know. First it's the wrong way, and then we have to multiply that by lane width. Yes. What do you mean with chat did not update? Okay, now it looks nice. Okay, so now our merging animation works even on curved sections. There might be some cases where it doesn't work. Oops, I accidentally told them to merge over there. Oh no, we get this kind of problem here. Let's rebuild that. Why are they merging over? That's so strange. Okay, now like no one is merging or what? Okay, this is super strange. It looks like there's a problem in the pathfinding code. Like if the curve is too big, they don't do the merging at all. Let me try something. If we curve the other way around, what happens? Yeah, they just don't seem to do it. Yeah, and they pop in again at the last section. Yeah, I think they aren't merging because one lane is shorter. Like something about this is confusing them, because of course one lane is shorter in a curve. Oh, sorry, I'm a bit tired. Yeah, we'll do that soon, but first I have to iron out a few of these glitches where now they're not merging at all. Even no, I just misclicked that. Sorry, I didn't tell them to merge. Let's try that again. Oops. So from here to here, this is correct, and from here to also here. Now they should merge, hopefully. And they don't. And you will see when they reach this, they respawn at the starting point of the last lane, which is what is supposed to happen if they don't merge. Like, it's not intended to be that way, it's just a bug, but it means that they don't know how to merge, or they don't want to merge. Okay, I will try a few other scenarios. So okay, let's try this way around again. Nope, not trying to merge. Oh, because I misclicked again. Okay, like this, and you also go there. Oh, what? Now the outer cars are merging in. Did you see that? That's interesting. Or at least one was. What the hell? Yeah, do you see that? Some of the outer cars are merging in. Yeah, okay. And that makes kind of sense because in the pathfinding algorithm, merging lanes has no cost associated with it. So we will have to add a slight cost to merging lanes, so cars kind of avoid to do that. Does that make sense? Yeah, I guess so. No, but they should try to merge as early as possible. Okay, that's kind of difficult. They're stuck because like the cars that reach the end of the lane here, they get respawned here and like all end up in one pile. The problem is that the information the cars get from pathfinding about when they should merge is kind of incorrect. Let's try something like this. From here to here, and from here also to here. Oh no, again they're merging over, that's so strange. Okay, let's try to debug this. So we're trying to find a route from lane, you can see below here, lane ID 1 to lane ID 13. So let's query our pathfinding, it's called Oracle internally. 1, is it 1? Yeah, I think it's 1. 1 to 13. So the first lane on our path is lane number 6, which is this one here, which is correct. So let's get the next lane from 6. After 6 comes lane 9, which is this one, which is correct. And then from 9 comes lane 8. So pathfinding tells them to merge over here from lane 9 to lane 8. And then from lane 8, I guess the next one is lane 12, this one on the right here. And then it basically tells them to merge back to lane 13 again. Yeah, exactly. Because for some reason it thinks that this is shorter. And yeah, I think I need to put a very light penalty on merging. This is exactly what I need to do. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's try if that fixes that. So let's go to our pathfinding. And there's a bit of code here where basically it checks if our next lane isn't a subsequent lane but an adjacent lane to our left or right. And then we have to incur a small penalty. Merging cost, let's do something like, I don't know, how about 50? Alright, yeah, let's try 50, just some random number. Let's build that again and see what happens. Yeah, the game is written in JavaScript. Okay, so they are now staying on their lane, it looks. And what about them? They are merging. One car did something weird right there. I think the animation isn't quite right yet. But now it looks like they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, which is of course great. Yeah, we will need to do some fixes for the animation. You can see a slight stutter there, and I will explain in a second where that comes from. Yeah, I mean, that's what I basically did by adding this cost to the pathfinding. Okay, so that's it. The animation seems to be wrong for a curve that goes around like this. Let's try that. Oh no, they're not merging at all anymore. That's of course bad. Yeah, I don't think it's completely fixed yet, unfortunately. Okay, so why are they not merging now? Again, let's try to debug it. So we want to go from lane 0 to lane 9. Oracle from 0 to 9. Next one is 1. Okay, but that car there did just merge, which is strange. Okay, 0 to 1. So it does tell them to merge, but they don't do it, which is really strange. And then next one from 1 to 6, which is this one. Okay, from 6 to 9. And we're there. Okay, but okay, the pathfinding information is correct, but they just don't do that. Okay, let's use this here. Okay, so they, ooh, Yeah, okay, so the first of all we have to fix our debug tool here on curved road so we can see what the hell is going on. No, I think the cost for merging is fine, like they get the correct information from pathfinding, but they don't want to merge even though they are told to. But let me first fix this debug tool. It doesn't work properly on circles. Debug car inspector uses something from geometric utilities. Okay, this is just some geometric bug fixing that I need to do though. I won't comment that as much. What am I using here? Point on arc or what? Position angle on arc? No. Yeah, that's it. So the angle is correct. I think I have to divide that by the radius. I don't seem to be doing that. Arc angle span. Yeah. I see what you mean, but I would have to basically rewrite the whole pathfinding algorithm to priorities to prioritize different metrics over one another, like exclusively. For now, I think it's fine to just do it like this. I might add, I might make it more complicated later when there will be additional metrics. Okay, let's see if that looks right now. I just want to get this debug tool working properly. And nope, no, it doesn't work at all anymore. Nice. Oh, not length, but length. Oh, not radius, length, just radius. Almost. Nope. Okay. What? Okay, hold on, the music just became strange. Let's listen to something else. Yeah, let's listen to that. I'm doing my favorite kind of game, how do you call it? Trigonometry guessing. Like, I'm not completely sure if I am doing the right things, but I just add a little bit of pi or sine or cosine where I think it's necessary and see if it works. No. Maybe times that. No, the other way around maybe. No. Trigonometry. Yeah, trigonometry it's called. Okay, we know amount. This is like the length on the circle. But this doesn't matter at all. You just have to do this, right? To get, yeah, sure. This should be trigonometry. Thank you. Trigonometry. And okay, I think it's working, but exactly the wrong way around. Okay, so minus this. Ah, you don't see trigonometry, but trigonometry? Okay, trigonometry. Oops. Perfect. Okay, so now we should be able to see what's going on when they don't want to merge. What did we do for that? I think this scenario. Okay, so we, oh crap, I misclicked again. Okay, so now we see he wants to merge. What? Okay, the animation went the wrong way around and now he just... Okay, the animation works the wrong way around here, but that's fine, we can fix that. Okay, but here they're actually merging. So first let's get the animation right. So we have to change something in our shader because we don't float merging progress sign is 1. And if, okay, how do we find out which side it is on? How to find out in geometry something is on your right or left side? Let me think about that. Okay, angle between a direction and radius direction and start. How about that won't give us direction? How do we establish a sense of left and right? Can't you do that with a cross product or something? Let's use Google. Okay, whatever, let's just use that. No, we should use cross. Yeah, sign of determinant. Okay, that's the sign of determinant, whatever. Right, AX is actually AX bx is ax plus a direction x. No. B. Let me think. Y is this direction start. Sorry, I'm a little bit too tired to think about this properly. Alright, let's create a function between a float side of line. We have a start of the line, line A, line B, points. So okay, let's do this. Turn AX is line AX, BX is line BX, AY is line AY, BY is line BY, big Y is point Y, and big X is point X. Yeah. This can you ask me about this thoughts thing again in the next Q&A section, please? It's something really important. Okay. Turns +1 for one side of the line, -1 for the other. Okay, awesome. I think I will just use this little more descriptive name here. I guess it is the scalar cross product, but okay. So we just have to multiply that. Okay, merging progress sign is side of line. We want the line from A to A plus A direction, and we compare that to radius direction at start. Okay. I'm kind of confused because to me it looks like radius direction is always the same. Like it doesn't even incorporate the direction we're going to. Because it's just like a direction rotated, like it doesn't know about point B of our curve. I don't know if my babbling makes any sense to you, I'm just kind of thinking aloud. Guess I will, oh yeah, I will have to, yeah, I will use this. Should make sense. At least it does for me in my head. I guess we can remove A from all of these because it's just a transformation, but let me try to get that right first. Okay, our shader isn't working. 114. Why is that a syntax error? Because I forgot a semicolon. GLSL compiler can be such a bitch sometimes. What does it know? Oh no, it's working. Okay. Let's see. First, if they spawn and if it looks correct. What? Do you see that? I guess we're getting values not between 1 and 0. Wow, that's crazy. But because we aren't dealing with unit vectors. Yeah, it doesn't return. Yeah, we should put a normalizer on this. Yeah, this is what I really like about 3D programming. Even your bugs, like annoying bugs, look like really funny sometimes. Let's try it. What's happening? Oh, I misclicked. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't make my debug tools so goddamn hard to use, but then again, only I will probably ever use them, so why should I put so much time into them? Okay, let's try again from here to here, please. I think it looks good. Are they trying to merge? Are they? Are they? Yes, they are, and it looks good. Do you notice the slight bump? This will be what we have to fix next. Okay, let's make sure that it also animates correctly the other way around. If you're curious about stuff like that, you can start thinking about where the small bump comes from. If we merge on a curved plane. Are they merging over again? I thought we told them to stop doing that. Yeah, maybe Lord Sleepyhead is right and we shouldn't just add a cost for merging, but we should also add, like, it should be something completely different on a different priority. Okay, crap, that's okay. So, but that's more important, I guess, to get that working. Okay, but at least the animation is working now. I'm tired, I'm kind of hungry, so let's do a short Q&A break where I eat something. And then let's try to get pathfinding work properly. Whoops. Exactly. We'll deal with that in a second, but first let's try to fix the pathfinding. Lord Sleepyhead, you had, I think, an interesting idea about thoughts earlier, and also another question, if you want to post them again. What do you mean, what will I be doing after this Q&A? Alright, yeah, so there seem to be these kind of canonical highway intersections. And the way I wanted to implement that is that, of course, you can always manually create your own highway intersection exactly like you want. But if you just connect two highways, it will automatically choose one of the canonical ones and procedurally generate them. And you can kind of cycle between them, what kind of style you want. And get a nice highway intersection very quickly this way, basically just by connecting two highways together. And for normal streets, I want also to have the ability, if you connect them, to cycle between a normal intersection or a roundabout, for example. The roundabout would also be procedurally generated. About thoughts are something that I really want to have in the game. Kind of like in Roller Coaster Tycoon, but even more detailed. Where, exactly like you say, the kind of data that exists in the game is represented as kind of human readable thoughts, like you describe, like you just described some about traffic, but it could also be about social status, for example, stuff like if someone thinks like, oh, my neighbor has such a nice car, it shows you that there's social inequality and so on. Or, oh no, my way to work is so long, I hate it. Something like that would be a nice way to learn about your citizens in a more intuitive way. I mean, I'm studying computer science at the moment, and I will keep doing that until masters. And I don't, what exactly do you mean with that? well, then it will complain, of course, and you will have to figure out something yourself. I do want there to be street level detail, so you can see some nice, like you can see individual people and they look kind of not terrible. Props and decorations and gardens and so on. Right now that's not there, and I think like the distance I'm playing at now, or it shows as like the default distance, is a pretty good compromise for like seeing enough but still seeing some detail. But as you can see already, you can zoom in pretty far. Let me add a house for scale reference. Yeah, you can zoom in this far right now, and I think you will be able to zoom in even further and still see nice detail. What do you mean? Probably when I worked on the geometry. Like I have to think about yeah, how to solve it. I don't really know how to describe that to a non-programmer. I mean, the hard part about programming isn't writing down stuff, but it's about figuring out what to write down and how to solve the problem. What plugins I use? I use JSint for this kind of, where can you see them? Yeah, for this kind of linting tips here for JavaScript. And other than that, I just use a particular theme that you can see here and the color scheme that I created myself. Yeah, there will be little people, of course. Do you mean me? My current internet speed is like 100 megabits. I think even up and down. I'm connected like to the university, how to say that? Yeah, basically university internet connection, because I live in a university dormitory and the speed is just mind-blowing. Yeah, definitely. That's why I want to have this thought system. Because it's such a simple way to create immersion. Like I don't have to create any graphics. Yeah, or all of the other things that you use for immersion. I just have to display these texts and immediately you can sympathize with the people living in your city. What pizza filled pretzels? What the hell? Like there's something inside a pretzel or what? My chair is called Ergo Human, I think. I don't remember the exact, but you should be able to find it and it's really nice, but it's also pretty expensive. Yeah, that would be nice. You mean like Cityboundception, like Citybound inside Citybound? Yeah, something like this would be fun actually. What is your friend's opinion about doing this project right now? Well, they're supporting me, of course, and like they're not like asking about it because they're polite, but because it's actually exciting to them. I guess it's not common that you know someone who's working on a kind of project like that with already this kind of audience, so I guess it's as exciting for them as it is for me. That's actually traffic lights, something that I wanted to do either today or tomorrow. Like in tomorrow's live stream. I don't think we will get around to it today because we have to fix some more basic problems. But if we fix them, we might be able to do traffic lights. What is my plan for this in the future? What do you mean with that? What's my favorite subject? What do you mean, like school subject? Yeah, 3 hours until like 4 p.m. UTC, I guess. Yeah, but the problem was that you could have only like a small number of sims that you had to add manually to find out about, and I want like this level of detail about finding out about sims for every citizen in the game. Can we see traffic flowing on both sides? Sure. I mean, we can do something like this, maybe, where we have cars here, and let's have both sides merge, or do something like this. Yeah, let me use this as background. University class, what I really like. I mean, I really like computer graphics courses, this kind of area. It will be what I write my bachelor's thesis in. But I'm also really interested in programming languages, for example. That kind of stuff. No, this won't be an open source project. I will sell it, but if you buy the game, the source will be available, or big parts of the source will be available. It will be very moddable. And I guess I would just continue to develop in it for, I don't know, at least a year or something, or maybe even more. I think this game has the potential to be worked on quite a bit longer. And yeah, just keep working on it like that. I don't know if it makes sense to like create a step and do something like Citybound 2, or if Citybound 1 will just keep evolving. No, but I used to play Sims as a kid, and I kind of missed the newer ones, but I saw like a let's play of the newest Sims, and I think it's kind of interesting how they do moods and emotions and so on. And of course it can't be as detailed as this in Citybound, but something much simpler would be nice to have for citizens. Hi there, Evolution Xbox. What do you mean with more political? Yeah, I mean, the hard part about it will be how to collect this information of citizens' thoughts in a way that it is actually digestible and useful to the player. But it's something that I want to have. Yeah, we'll check out Tropico 4. I heard like a couple of things that it does right now. Yeah, definitely. I just don't know when I will get around to it, because I don't want to just quickly look at it. I want to actually give it some time and see how they do stuff. Why didn't you choose 3D programming for Citybound? What do you mean by that? It is 3D. Okay, I will get some more water and I think then we can continue. Today's topic is basically we just keep working on multi-lane traffic, fix some problems, stuff like that. Will there be crashes? Yeah, there will be stuff like that. Higher level mechanics, like what a certain type of building does, it's just directly done in JavaScript. I don't think there's a need for dedicated scripting language. Yeah, of course, mod support is one of the most central things. Please have a look at the FAQ on the homepage and read all about that. Alright, I'll be right back, and then we can continue. Okay, I'm back. Let me have a look at chat. I can do that in a second. We can try to come up with a situation where that will happen. Do I drink cola? Yes, sure, why not? Yeah, because right now the traffic is very uniform. Actually, I don't think I can do that today. I will try to come up with a scenario where that actually happens. And I will show it off like either in the next live stream or update or something. Well, it's awesome to have you, Evolution Xbox, if that's your background. Why is there a traffic jam on one side? Because on this side the cars are actually not merging but forking. I don't know if you can use that, where like both spawners start here, one of them goes to the right lane, one of them goes to the left lane. But on the other side you have the situation where you have two spawners next to each other and both of them try to go to the same lane, so they actually have to merge into each other, not out of each other. If that makes sense. Oh yeah, exactly. Alright, so I thought a little bit about how we can solve this pathfinding problem. But the thing is that I'm not even sure if it makes sense to always prioritize merging over distance. Like, you want to have some kind of balance, but the problem is that just having a merging cost is probably, I don't know, I think that's too crude of a way to do that. Oh no, I'm stupid. Oh crap. I added it at the wrong place. Basically, I made merging even more attractive. I don't know why I did that. I didn't read that if statement correctly. Oh, damn it. Okay, so now now merging should actually have a cost associated with it, and we should no longer have this problem of cars not wanting to merge. Let's see. Yeah, that's something like this, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, the problem is that they have to merge because we're creating a situation where they have to merge. Let's see. Okay, so they don't do anything stupid, which is good, but also expected. He should merge, will he? Yes, he will. Perfect. Okay, so this is working, but this is to be expected. Now the interesting thing will be when we do the curve the other way around, and the path actually becomes shorter, like the inside lane is shorter than the outside lane if we do like a very extreme curve. But still, cars should stay on the lanes that they're supposed to be on. Oh, but they're merging, so I guess we have to increase the penalty for that. Okay, that's unfortunate. But let's try increasing it. Let's try some. I thought about what would be good values for that, but I think it should actually be much higher. So, like, it's almost like merging is in a completely different category of paths that you compare, but if one path is just really shorter, it should be fine if you merge more often. So let's use something like 600. Yeah, we couldn't do everything of that except changes in road width because this isn't implemented yet, but everything else we can try in a second. But first I want to kind of test this easy case and make sure it works. So from here to here and from here to also here. Let's see, why are they merging? At least they are merging correctly to the outside. some of them. What? Why? I saw some of them merge to the left. That's he merges and immediately merges back. So stupid. Why? Yeah, I should add a guiding square so I won't misclick as often. Inge isn't a guy, by the way. But of course I always miss her when she's not there, like today. Crap, how to do that? Why are they still doing this? Let's try to debug it. Yeah, that's actually a nice idea. Like all adjacent lanes have the same length. I mean it might be slightly more complicated to implement, but why the hell not? I mean, yeah, we should do this like when lanes are curved. Yeah, but that sounds good. Let's do that. You can't imagine how much I enjoy like getting these suggestions from you that are actually good, and I can just use them. It's like I have just these additional brains that also think about the same problem, and I can just use that. Okay, so let's forget about our merging cost again. Let's just set that to 0. And let's calculate the average length. Calculate average length of all adjacent lanes so that on curved sections no lane is accidentally preferred. UI isn't there to leave an impression. UI is there to be useful and to look kinda nice, but that's it. The game should leave the impression, not the UI. Okay. So let's count the number of lanes and the length sum. Okay, so let's start on the left side. Our current lane. No, let's go. Excuse me. Lol. Okay, let's focus. How to call that? I think we already have current lane. So current measured lane is next lane. Yeah. Oh no, current lane. Okay. We start. Okay, we can add current lane length, and we have one lane. Okay, that's how we start. Okay, while current measured lane left lane A relation is on the same side, and it's the same lane, which basically means that the road width stays constant. Is that true? Yeah, that's what we want to check for that. So left lane A is equal to left lane B. What we do then is current measured lane is current measured lane left lane A, and we add its length. Length sum plus equals current measured, whoops, and lanes plus plus. Okay, let's do the same for the right side. Right lane, okay. Distance to next lane is the average. So length sum divided by n lanes. Yeah, that's so awesome. Like, I don't know, before live streaming or something like that, that wasn't really possible without all being in one physical location, right? Any obvious errors? No. Let's try that. So, okay, the inner lane should be, I mean, we can make it really extreme to make sure that it works. Let's try something like this. Remember, we don't have any merging costs anymore. So if our code works, they shouldn't join the inner lane. Yeah, exactly. First of all, those shouldn't join the inner lane. They should stay on their lane. Okay, that's good. And they should merge properly. They should merge. Yeah, they do. But pretty late. No, why? What? Okay. So final. Okay, I saw one guy merge, but now they don't anymore. Let's see what's going on. No, him. Okay, like he's not reacting to him. I wonder why that is. Okay. Ah, he merged over. Okay, so some of them do merge over, some of them just forget about it apparently. Or they don't react to it. 1 second, someone rang my door, which happens like never. Alright, just a random dude who rang the wrong door. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're supposed to merge during the curve, and I don't know why it's happening. Let's find out if they are told to merge and just don't do it, or what is the reason. Okay, so we are starting lane 0 and we want to go to lane 9. Let's see what our pathfinding tells us to do. Ignore these exceptions, they're not really important. So from 0 to 9. Okay, so first we should go to lane 1. So it already tells us here to merge, that we have to merge left. Then from 1 we go to 5, which is this one, correct? And from 5 we go to 9. So the pathfinding information is correct. Now let's see about Oracle merging info, which should be more interesting. So merging info tells us how much distance we have left to merge on each lane. So we want to know from 0 to 9. This should be from 0 to 9. We have about 600 meters until we absolutely have to merge. Next, the following lane where they're going is lane 4. So lane 4 to 9 is less, of course, so that makes sense. And yeah, so but this information is correct. The minus just means that we have to merge to the left. So they have all the necessary information, but they don't react properly. Yeah, he doesn't react at all. Let me see, let me look at the car behavior. So decide, this is where it happens, decide about starting to merge. If we have a lane to merge to, then okay, I think we actually, what we actually have to do is we need to physics speed pause the game. Hold on, let's choose a different car. Let's choose you. We have to pause the game and look at the inspected car. So inspected car. Let's see. This is kind of what I love about this development environment. I can just look at the exact data. Okay, so it's on lane 4. It knows that it has this much distance left to merge, that it should merge to the left, but it didn't start to merge there yet. Okay, have fun, bye bye. Why isn't it considering to merge? Next lane is lane 5 even, okay. So that makes sense. I mean, maybe it's not time to merge yet, let's see. How about, no, it should be time. Position is this much. Merging distance is this much. It decides when to merge based on its aggressiveness, but it's around the same distance for almost all cars. Like there's some variants, but it's around the same. And he should have, by now he should have tried at least to merge. And we can see that he didn't try to merge because he doesn't slow down to find a gap on the other lane, which is really strange. Okay, maybe we can add some breakpoints somewhere that will help us. Cars. So can we do something like yeah, there is already some kind of urgency. Like first he will start looking for a spot but almost don't slow down, and then later he will start looking for a spot, and actually the urgency also increases the likelihood of other people letting him in. I think we can actually do something smarter. So if car ID equals, what is it, 634, save that, add a breakpoint, and now if we, okay, so we updated this. Now if we resume physics, we should jump to the breakpoint. Perfect. Wow, I never tried debugging like that, but that is awesome. Basically, we combined that we can recompile our code on the fly and added a new breakpoint, and now we can see what happens in the code for exactly this car. So let's see. Distance to start merging at for this car is 626, so it should have started merging long ago. Our merging distance is smaller than 0. Our left lane A is lane ID 5. Our left lane B is lane ID 5. Left line A relation is lane relation connected to the same size. So all of this is fine. So it should get the setting. This is a little strange that it says left lane B here. I mean, it should make a difference, but let's fix that first. Left lane A it should be, but it should still work. So okay, let's see if it actually, okay, so merging distance, car position is this, okay, and that's much smaller than this. Let's see if it got a lane to merge to. Yes, it got a lane to merge to, but the lane it's already on. What? Oh no, it's on lane 4 and it got told to merge to lane 5, which is correct as far as I know. The distance isn't smaller than 0. I just used or misused the sign of the number to tell us whether we should merge left or right. If the number is smaller than 0, it tells us how much that we need to merge left and how much distance that is. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we get the correct lane to merge to. So let's see about what obstacles it can see. Here we see in red, this is the next, like the immediate next obstacle, which should be on the same lane. But that's not what we look at here. Here we only look at the yellow and the blue car. And now I understand. If you look here closely, let's stop physics. but resume this. If you look closely, you can see that, okay, let's choose a different car. Here on a straight section, each car considers the car in front of it in yellow on the other side and the car behind it in blue. And these are of course the two cars that are important for merging behavior. But now the problem is because of basically miscalculations on circles, because our positions are like, the positions don't work out like Lord Sleepyhead said earlier. It can happen that the car, like here, it can happen that the car in front of us isn't actually in front of us anymore. Alright, bye Melon, who see you. So, because at the moment the code doesn't know about curved sections and just uses the position of this car and looks up at the same position on the other lane. But because the other lane, like the left lane, is longer, the position of this car, if you go this many meters on the left lane, you end up being somewhere here. So it thinks that the car in front of it is this one, but actually it's not in front. So now we have to start to convert the positions between lanes on between lanes on a curved section. And that's what we needed or wanted to do anyway, so let's just do that. And the nice thing is that it's not really complicated. We basically, like, you would think it's complicated and geometric, but actually it's not. Let me paint you a picture. All we have to do is, ooh, this is new. They updated it, I like it. All we have to do is, let's say here we have our inner lane and our position. And to make it more obvious, here's our outer lane. And if you use the old code and just went like, let's say that's 20 meters, and we went 20 meters on this lane, we would end up somewhere here, but that's of course not where we want to be. We want to be here. So how to do that? Basically what we have to do is we get the full length of the inner lane, which looks something like 50 in this example, and we figure out which ratio of that we're already on. And let's say this is like maybe 70 or something. And then we ask ourselves what distance is this point away. So we basically want to solve this. And that's how we transform the position between two lanes on a neighboring, on a curved section. We just need to do a linear transformation. So let's add a small helper function in lanes. Where would be a good place? Yeah, let's do it like even at the very beginning. No, it doesn't even have to be in degrees. It can just be a ratio of the total length. So how to call that? Transform position. Should I write that out because we will use that a lot, I guess? Or okay, let's use a shorter word. Map position source lane destination lane position on source lane, and we return, we build the ratio of position on source lane divided by source lane length, and we multiply that by destination lane length, and that's all we have to do, if I'm not completely wrong. Okay, like this, of course. So now we can use that here. Where do we need to do that? Basically everywhere where we look up cars on other lanes. So map position, source lane is car lane, destination lane is lane to merge to, car position, that's what we want to do. Okay, same here. Yeah, it should work on in both directions. Okay, same here. And then for the position of the obstacle that is returned, we have to do a backwards mapping of that. So okay, let's split that up. That's a little bit long and we have that several times. So safety distance is this. Oops. Safety distance. And the same here. Okay, just to clean it up, now we have to do a backwards mapping here. So map position from the lane to merge to, back to our car lane of the obstacle. Do the same backwards mapping here. And that should be fine. Yeah, so I mean, we're lucky that it's so simple to map the position from one lane to another. So that shouldn't be a big problem. Let's see if that works. Let's reload. Remove our breakpoints. I don't know why it has so many here. Can we do something like remove all of them? I don't know, whatever. Let's recreate that. Remove the breakpoint. What? Why are they doing that? Oh, wow. Okay. Position is not defined. Where? What? Did I forget something? Car position. Car position. Forgot about that. Yeah, it's not actually the most inner loops because traffic only gets calculated every couple frames for each car. but like we don't have an option, we have to do it properly, like we can't approximate in any way. But I still think it should be fine. Okay, so okay, they're staying on their lane. They are merging now and slowing down if they can't. You see that some are more careful than others. Like some wait a very long time, but okay, now it seems to be working. We still have the slight bump when they merge over, but of course we can fix that by also using our map position function. So I just completely closed it, whatever. So let's go to the place where we have one more place where we need to check that. If we react to traffic and okay. If shared obstacle, oh, okay, that's stupid. Bye, nice to have you. We need to check. I mean, okay, this looks very computationally intensive now because we need to do like several memory lookups, but please ignore that for a second. I will make this nicer anyway soon. So cars lane is the same as our lane, then position is just shared obstacle position, else position is map position from other car lane to our lane. Shared obstacle position. I hope this doesn't cost too much performance. I might be able to do that a lot smarter in the future. Yeah, whatever, okay. And then of course we have to use that here. Okay, let's call that other car position. Other car position. Alright. So this is fixed, and now, okay, when we finish merging, which happens, update cars here, when we finish merging, okay, so let's do that there maybe. Yeah, car position is map position car lane, car merging to lane, car position. Okay. Looks good. No, we shouldn't have the slight bump anymore when they merge in a curve. Whoops. What? This car just completely stopped, which is bad. Let's see if at least animation, yeah, looks smooth. But what happened to this guy? What is it with him? Okay, that's strange. Something about the code that I just added seems to be wrong. Other car. Yeah. Nice theory, but let's find out. I think we can find the problem with a breakpoint here. Where is it? Dead cars react to traffic. Okay. So we shouldn't I see. So this is undefined. Okay. I know what the problem is. The problem is that he is on a different lane entirely, and we need to map. What do we need to map to? How to fix that? Okay, first let's not do that here, but actually in find obstacle. Alright, so let's do that in find obstacle. And let's only do that here. Again, yeah. But how would you account for it without calculating it every time? Yeah, but then I would have to store them, which is also kind of stupid. I will just do it like this now to get it working and then think about how to do it more performantly. Let's try. Exceptions, obstacles not defined. How about underscore obstacle then? No, because you have a different ratio for each lane relation. It's not that big of a deal to calculate it. That's like only a couple instructions. And I think it's like, I'm not at a point where it makes sense to think about micro performance issues like this. The much more important part is that algorithmically I don't do too much stuff, like I don't do this calculation too often for too many cars. That's much more important for performance in the beginning than kind of micro optimizing performance. But that's true, it makes for a little bit ugly code. I'll think about it. Okay, seems to be working nicely. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, and also no bumps anymore, exactly. Try from the other side, sure. He is not merging, that's not good. Okay, oh, I was so happy. Why isn't he slowing down? Oh crap. I guess that's possible, but again it would introduce a lot of new code just for curved sections. Yeah, the first car did change lane. No one does. Ah, crap. Whatever. We can fix that. Let's stop time. Select a car that didn't merge like him. Okay, what about you? Why do you not merge? First, let's find out who he is. ID 149. Merging distance is correct or seems correct. Let's add a specialized breakpoint again. Decide about starting to merge. If car ID is equal 149 it was, right? Yes. Whatever is 42. Breakpoint. Oh, save. Breakpoint. Continue going. Okay. So now the problem is that he's in that the back car is in front of him. So is our mapping not working perfectly? No, okay, now it should be fine though. So okay, let's see if he has a lane to merge to. Lane to merge to, he has. Is it the correct one? He's on lane 7 and he wants to merge to lane 6. What? Which one is which? Let's stop time again. But resume here. Okay, so 6, 7. What he thinks he's on lane what? So he is on lane 6, but that was the okay, and he wants to merge. Oh shit, I should remove this. First we have to catch this and then okay. So he is on lane 7 and he wants to merge to lane 6. Which, okay, so this should be okay, that makes sense. He wants to merge left, so this information is correct. So let's find him again real quick. Resume. Okay, like save that for a second. Where is he? Is it him? Yeah, it's him. Okay. So, okay. Again, resume. Okay, now we have both visual and code feedback. I see what you mean now. This would mean that the only difference would be when displaying the car in the correct position. Yeah, I'll think about that if that's a nicer solution. Okay, so let's see what obstacles are found. First, let's make sure lane to merge to is still found. Yes, that is correct. So, okay. What about our obstacle? Position is 302. That should be the one in front of us. Our position is 300, so that's correct. Okay, so time to front obstacle is infinity. Okay, hold on. It should be no longer infinity. It's negative. Okay, but that means we should slow down. Okay, so we won't go into this if branch because we won't be able to brake for our front obstacle, but it should make us slow down. So we won't go here. Oh shit, I should have added. Okay, sorry, let's do that again. Okay, here we are. This happened. Okay, why doesn't he update them? That's strange. Oh, maybe just the graphics aren't updated yet, that's fine. So let's see here. Which one of these do we go into? Car is 149, I hope, yes. Merging distance is bigger than 400. I see. Okay, I forgot about that. Of course, yeah, the problem is I'm just using... Okay, let me make sure that... yeah. Crap, I'm just using this merging distance thing here is of course relative to the start of our lane. So we have to subtract the position of our car to know how much distance we actually have left. It's a wonder that I didn't spot this bug earlier. It has nothing to do with what we implemented today, but also could have happened on straight sections, I guess. So minus car position. Okay, let's try again. So now what is happening? Here they're merging. Okay, a little awkwardly, but they are merging. Looks good. Okay, let's try the other way around and some different scenarios to make sure that this was the last problem with that. Yeah, they're also merging. Looks good. Yeah, at first I was like only the merging car slows down, and this is interesting, okay. But then I saw that that wasn't enough, that the cars on the other lane would just ignore the merging cars and they will never get a chance to merge, so I included an influence on the cars on the other lane, that they would sometimes offer you a gap. But I think right now I went overboard with that, like the merging is way too awkward. But that's not a big problem to fix, like it's not a fundamental problem, it's just some fine-tuning with the numbers. And I can do that later. The most important thing is that they decide to start merging now. And yeah, you're right, SD, that even one awkward merge can have a huge effect on traffic. That's why it's important to get the tuning right. Yeah, one important thing what you do in real life, what my cars don't do at all yet, is that you try to match the speed of the cars on the other lane. Mine just slow down and in effect also slow down the other ones, when in many cases it would be more intelligent to speed up to match the speed of the other lane, and then it's much easier to merge. But I will have to kind of teach them that still. But okay, let's try a couple different scenarios. Where did I put you guys here? Something I wanted to try that I didn't so far is to not have them merge into the same line, but actually cross over. So these should go here, and that should work. Yeah, they're merging fairly early. And the other ones should go here. So now they're kind of cross merging. Let's see if that works. Yeah, seems to work. It's maybe even more awkward, but they seem to be able to kind of do it. Yeah, seems to work. Awesome. Can two outer lanes merge across a middle lane that stays in its lane? Yeah, let's try that. So we need a 6-lane road where, what did you say? Middle lane should just go straight and the other lanes should cross over, right? So middle lane from here to here, they just go straight. Then this, what? Oh, that's so strange. Do you see that? They're merging and merging back again. Why? Why, oh why? What? Yeah, it merges right and then back again. But it should no longer see the curve as a shorter path. We fixed that earlier. Like it should have exactly the same length. But I know Yeah, I think, okay, I know what the problem is. Like, okay, even now that it considers all the curved parts equally as long, the problem is that the cost for merging is exactly 0. So for the pathfinding algorithm, the middle and the rightmost lane are actually equally valid options for a path, and there's no difference between them. Like, it doesn't even think about that there's a merge. So we have to add just a very slight penalty for merging again, just to prevent this. No longer to prevent them using the shorter path in the curve, but just to prevent stupid merging. So small number should do. Did you understand my explanation right now, or should I say it again? Because makes sense. Basically, for the pathfinding algorithm, all lanes where you merge are exactly the same, and it just more or less randomly chooses from one. And now it doesn't. Yeah, that's okay, great. Yeah, keep right rule is also something that I want to incorporate soon. Okay, so let's try this kind of three-way weave. Should be interesting. So they should merge over 2 lanes to the left. Is that happening? What? No, that's not working at all. Alright, so the merging to right seems to work, but not to left. Okay, so one direction is working. As you can see here, they are merging over 2 lanes. If you follow him, he's merging over 2 lanes. But the ones that have to merge left, they don't do that at all. They just run into the end and respawn here. Crap. Okay, so this is still a bug in pathfinding, probably. Okay, let's debug that. I think that's pretty important. I mean, I'm sure this is important. From lane 0 to lane 14. Let's find out. Recall 0 to 14. Next lane is lane 6. Okay, so it doesn't tell them to merge. That's interesting. From lane 6 to lane 12. Which is this one. Okay, this is a problem. I see what's happening. It only tells them to start merging here. Which might be due to the merging cost. Of course, crap, yes. Because when we add a cost to the pathfinding algorithm, it will, in some cases it might want to merge as late as possible, but for the pathfinding algorithm we want it to merge as early as possible. So we want to associate it with a higher cost, but still look at merging first. So we might have to decouple it, like Lord Sleepyhead said. Let me think about that. I think this merging cost us too simple a solution, yes. Yeah, that has the same effect though. It needs to be a different category of metric that is considered separately. And I'm kind of thinking, because I'm using a plain A star algorithm and I need to adapt it to think about both of that. But that might be possible. So we want, okay, what we want to do is we want to look at merging options first. That, like, we want that to be the first option that we look at. But at the same time we want to minimize for number of merges. So we want to merge early but as little as possible. How to do that in A star? So we shouldn't, okay, so we shouldn't incur a cost, but yeah, the problem is not with paths not leading to the end lane, because all of them lead to the end lane. Because if you merge early or you merge late, both you will end up at the end lane in both cases, but we want to choose the one where you merge first. We want to merge early but keep the number of merges down. Yeah, the problem is if we can't introduce a penalty, because then it will start, then it wants to merge as late as possible. As soon as there's a penalty, it will merge as late as possible, because that's just how A star works. It considers the lowest routes first, and if one of them is acceptable, it will just use them. but we want to merge as early as possible while keeping the number of merges low. So I think I have to introduce a completely new metric to the algorithm. Okay, let's add something called M-score. Yeah, a new I mean, my idea right now is based on your suggestion. Yeah, but that's a different part. Like the pathfinding part isn't the dynamic part when we're already going, but the pathfinding part just tells us where we can merge it all. Okay, so now the M scores should be correct. Now we only need them to select the next lane. Or lowest M score. And then we use that as a priority. And for M score we use smaller than or equal. If M scores is smaller than or equal. Okay. Okay. Let's see if that works. I have no idea. And I will end it after this attempt. Like have a final Q&A. No, what was our scenario? Like 6 lanes, right? And then just start with the middle one. Tell that to go there. They are staying on their lane. No, but something. Okay, we get exceptions. Okay, the pathfinding just doesn't work at all anymore. Okay, but I don't have time to debug that now anymore, unfortunately. So let's do our final Q&A for today. And we'll just continue with that tomorrow. Alright. Well, but I think we did make quite a bit of progress today. Why did you decide to announce Citybound before you even made any progress whatsoever? What do you mean without any progress whatsoever? Do cars know how big they are? Right now they don't. They assume that they're all the same length, but in the future they will know the different lengths. What? There are buildings, there's everything. I don't know, like, sometimes I get a feeling that you're such a troll. Basically fixed some bugs with multi-lane merging behavior on curved road sections. And yeah, basically just fixed lots of bugs with that. There's still some remaining, and we'll just continue on that tomorrow. I don't know what you mean. I announced it before there was any progress. There was a lot of progress. Like I implemented a very basic version of the traffic simulation and showed people procedural buildings, at least the most basic version. Then later we got zoning and actual procedural buildings. We got citizen simulation, people going to jobs, people having jobs, interaction with neighboring cities, and like that's everything that is there so far. But I guess you mean with your question, like why did I announce it before it was complete? Is that what you mean? I think the same time, like 1 PM UTC again. If it's different for some reason, I will let you know, of course. No, the curved roads always have the same level of detail. In the future, if that helps, it can be made like tessellation that it updates when you zoom in, but right now there's just one setting for the subdivisions. Okay, yeah, that's fine. You have to be so careful with people, like never assume that they're angry or trolls or something just because they didn't express themselves properly. And yeah, to answer the question that you actually wanted to ask is because I think it's really nice to see a game during its development, at least for me, and I wanted people to offer that, and I wanted to kind of see how much interest there is in a project like this, because I don't want to build a game and invest this huge amount of time into a project or into a game that no one is interested in. So that's why I announced it so early. And also I kind of wanted to use the negative emotions that people had about the new SimCity, like it was still very new and in their heads, like their disappointments in that, and give them hope with my project, and use this kind of atmosphere after the SimCity release before people start forgetting about it. And I think that worked out greatly. Yeah. Do you mean like for Citybound or for me personally? What do you mean with soft touch? Yeah, nice job, but we will we will stop in like 5 minutes. Yeah, there will be public transportation. And sorry for calling you a troll, like I should be more careful with that. Most of the time it's just a misunderstanding. Personal Twitter is AE_play. Yes. No, not Twitch TV, Twitter. This is my Twitter, AE_play, and Citybound is Citybound Sim. Bridges and tunnels when? I don't know actually. Oh no, you guys, I have to finish like in a couple minutes, I'm sorry. But if you have a question you can ask, and you can maybe catch tomorrow's live stream. Do we have Taco Bell? I don't know actually, I don't think so. By ending it, I mean the stream, of course. I don't know, if someone knows if you have Taco Bell in Germany, let me know, but I've never seen one, I think. Alright, Yeah, I will do some tuning to make merges even in very tight spaces possible, like last minute merges where they kind of they might even be like really rude and just cut off someone else, but they need to do that merge. I will make that more possible. Visual economic indicators, you mean like time series graphs of the different demands, or what exactly? Yeah, cars will have 3D models. Alright, your last questions, please. Oops. Ah, you mean like how well each household and so on is doing? Yeah, there will be airports. Ah, I see, I see. Yeah, I want to do this as soon as possible and gradually start introducing more and more of that. Like it is already a little bit like that. I don't think I can show that now because I would have to switch to the other code branch. But you can already see like the happiness of people, how much of each resources each household or business has, and so on. But I will try to extend it and make it more intuitive and interesting slowly, using these things that Lord Sleepy had described. Alright, but I'll have to end it for today. Thank you all for watching, it was great to have you. I think we made some nice progress, fixed a lot of bugs. I don't know, we'll see each other tomorrow maybe. Have a nice evening, morning, whatever it is, and yeah, take care, bye.